Welcome to another episode of Gist with Seven here on 7 TV. Have you ever imagined a society without the aging population? Is there really any benefit as to having the aged population around? A likely conversation between the young and the old might go something like this.
What the age can do and achieve, we can do it, if not better. We are young, smart, educated, and we have the willpower to do a lot of things.
Aging comes with great wisdom, worth, and experience. The same experience we've been able to use to manage the society. Things and even you.
I might not have the vast experience like you do, but I have technology, I have knowledge, I am creative. We are in the jet age. You are aging, so relax and let us take charge. Allow us to take charge. This is our time and season.
What an elderly man sees sitting down. Even though you climb an iroko tree, you won't still be able to see it. And don't forget that no matter how big the arms become, it can never be bigger than the thigh.
Interesting. We will be interrogating the topic, how useful is the aging population to the society? My name is Patience Okai. Let's go on a commercial break. We'll be right back.
For advert placement, you can call the number on your screen.
And you can visit our website at www.7fm.tv.
7 TV Nigeria.
7 TV.
7 TV. It's all about you. Welcome back. It's Gist with 7 here on 7 TV. And like I said, we will actually be interrogating the topic, how useful is the aging population to the society? And of course, I don't do this alone. I have my gentleman with me here. And by my right is Mr. John Onya. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you.
It's good to have you here.
Oh, same here.
Thank you. And I have Austin Sinom. How are you doing, Austin?
I'm good. It's always a privilege when you're.
That's nice. It's good to have you here as well. And Chamanuel, you're welcome to the show.
I've always not liked it when you introduce me last. But it's okay. She's forgiven.
All right. I'm very well, and it's nice to be here also.
Well,
Yes.
interesting. I've actually established the fact of what we're talking about concerning the aged and the young people, and of course we are all young people here, and I believe we have a lot of things to say concerning the age, because somehow I know we have them in our environment, our society, and all of that. But I want to get an understanding from you guys. What really comes to your mind each time you see an aged person? What's your personal observation about aged people? Let me start from you, John.
Well, when you talk aged people, you talk experience, and they are custodians of our history, right? And because we need them to transfer whatever we want to achieve in future as a people. Of course, that's what I see when I hear aged people. They're
Experience.
Just experience.
Yeah. It's good. It's actually good that you are saying it that way, because not too many people are going to see it that way.
I know.
There are people who when they hear old, aged. Let me use the word old for those who are thinking that when you're hearing aged, it's looking a little
Still young, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
When you hear old people, if some people think responsibility, some people think dependence, actually. Like some people think weak. Some people think sick, medication, all of these things. And I feel that these are people who have not really had good experiences with having old people around them.
Okay.
You know that senility comes with its own challenges and its own problems. When we begin to get old, our body systems begin to break down. A lot of things begin to happen, and naturally speaking, human beings do not like to be burdened by many things, but especially the burden of having to take care of another person. Now we are looking at this now from the perspective of young people. When somebody has had to take care of an old person, like very early on in their lives, probably they had a good life. All of a sudden, somebody old in their lives, they got to depend on them or something like that. That person will not think wisdom. That person will not think experience. When that person is thinking experience, thinking of a bad experience they had, taking care of the person. So I want to look at it away from what John's saying.
Okay.
I feel that people would have different thoughts, different perspectives to these things.
Yeah.
So it's just what I feel.
Interesting.
For me, when you hear of an old person or an aged person, right? So what comes to your mind is you're standing before an aged person. You just think of someone who would serve as a compass for direction, correction. Just imagine standing before an old person, and then you have something to do. You're going to be careful because this person will want to tell you, maybe trying to put you right on what to do. So for me, age goes with experience. And that goes in line with what I think Melchior Lim said something. He said, listen to your elders' advice, not because they are always right, but because they have more experience of being wrong. You understand?
Interesting.
So I think that is for me.
Interesting. I kind of like this, but for me personally, each time I see aged people, I see hope.
Really?
Yes, hope in the sense that someday, one day, I will be old. Yeah, so I look at, I don't know why you're, but you're free to laugh. I see hope because it has a whole lot of things to tell us that, fine, one way or the other, these are our mirrors. No matter how we see it, we will definitely get old someday. So I think
get old, man.
But that is reality. You definitely get old.
I will get old,
I see
right?
respect
But
as well because they
let me
are
ask
more
you-
like an
let me
embodiment
ask you
of
a question.
wrestling.
Let me ask you a question.
Why would you not get old, John Mando?
let me
You
ask
will
you a
get
question.
old.
No. I don't hope to get old now.
No,
But you will
let's not-
finally
no.
get
I hope
old.
to be like Pharrell. You understand? If you know him, actually.
But he's old.
He's old,
And
actually.
he has a lot of wisdom
Okay, but anyway,
in the
if
game.
you look at
I
it,
don't
though,
understand.
Yeah.
No. You guys
it's just
are
like-
asking a simple question. No, 10 years back, were you having this beard?
see, when I look at my pictures 10 years back,
Yeah.
I'm a little scared.
Why?
Do you understand?
Why?
Look,
You're
it
getting
reminds
old.
you that you're getting closer to the grave. Who wants to die?
That's-
Like,
No,
this one
you
knows.
see, that's another ideology.
But
But
don't
the
getting
gate is
old
always
has-
closed.
don't invalidate my feeling because
Okay, that's
the
your-
truth of the matter is this: as much as I am getting old, I'm getting more experienced, I'm getting wiser.
And getting nearer.
I'm getting closer.
I don't even
the
want to
price I have to
accept
pay
that.
for all the wisdom that life is giving to me and everything is the fact that I'm coming closer to the grave. Who wants to get closer to the grave? Have you not heard that adulthood is a scam? If adulthood is a scam, what is old age then?
Well, I think we should, considering the fact that we're talking about this, I think we should actually compare this with the African ideology of seeing aged people and old people to the way that the Western world sees them.
The way those guys actually see the old people, I think I'll prefer the way we here in Africa look at the old people because
Really?
I don't think those guys really have much value for the age.
I seem to disagree with that, Jomano.
The reason is this. Tell me how many. Let me bring it down to Nigeria. I don't know about any other African country, but I know about Nigeria. Tell me how many old people's homes you know in Nigeria. Tell me how many old people.
We don't really have that
We
here.
don't.
Let-
and that for me
let-
is the biggest slap on the face of an old person. You know, it is the worst. And no matter how bad those guys get, no matter how sick they get at old age, I mean, one of the biggest fears you would ask anybody there is, or one of the biggest threats a child can give to their parents is when you're old, they just go drop you in an old people's home. For me, it's an insult because the reason that they do that is that they think that these people are so much a border or a thorn in their flesh. But you were pooping your pants when you were kids. And
Can I say something?
Wait.
Well, you wouldn't be that pretty much sure. I mean, 100% that is
Exactly.
their thought, because I know that in America, like if you want to categorize the level of care they give to their citizens, I think one, they take care of children, they don't play with children, and then secondly, they take care of the aged people.
You're looking
they
at
don't
the
play with them.
government. No, he's
And
looking at the
no, of
government
course, and
now.
that is societal norms for me. That is
no,
what they place
I don't
value
agree
on.
with you. No, I don't agree with you.
But
Austin.
Jomano, I don't fully accept what you said 100% because you are given the impression that they keep or they dump, like you rightly said, old people there simply because they are too much of a burden. I don't think
That could be
so.
taken care of
Because
them.
the truth of the
Wait,
matter,
wait. What I think
I
is the fact,
feel
right?
that they have people who are responsible to take care of them.
now.
And do
Yeah,
you know that
but-
some aged people in our society
Yeah.
here in Africa, here in Nigeria, are not really being taken care of?
What he's saying is right, but of course, I won't say it's totally right. Like we all agree, it's not totally
Okay.
right, right? But it's the system that works for them. You know, in America, in developed society, they work. It's not like in an African society that we can go to our villages and engage on, you know, informal activities that keep us alive, especially being in the farm.
We don't even
your
have the
garden.
intensive care for those things.
Yeah, so there's no, our system doesn't work that way, right? So it works for us that my mother can come live with me if she cannot stay in the village with our age group, because in the village with our age group, they go to farms, they go to meetings, they keep themselves alive.
And they love to
There's
be
a
with their age
society.
groups
Yeah,
too.
so we, the children, visit them when we're free from the city life, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have a community in our African setting that still age group meet, right? And they live, they have a life. Like I can't stay in the village. Why? Because it's for the old people.
Can I bust a hole in your moderation?
Do.
Let me put your moderation
Yeah,
a little.
yeah.
As much as I understand,
But
what
get me wrong. I kind of supported.
I think he
that the
was able to
system,
balance it in a way.
in the developed country. I don't want to mention names
Yes.
because I don't know them.
Yeah.
But they have a system because you have to go to work. If you are not working,
No,
to go to work.
I'm just saying.
we all have to go to work here
In Nigeria, there is no work for everyone.
No, I am considering.
You need to understand
I am considering
something
a
that-
cosmopolitan, metropolitan city like the one we are currently in.
But we are not. Come
No,
on.
I am considering that first and foremost.
Yes.
If you say
Hmm.
that you have to go to work, okay, let me just say I was in one of these Western worlds,
Okay.
and I have to go to work. I have an aged parent who needs some special care.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will never, for the love of God and for the love I have for my parents, take them and drop them in a senile center or whatever, old people's home. Simple. What I'm going to do is there are people who are actually paid to come to the house and take care of those people there. I feel that is more respectful. You understand? That's more dignifying for those people.
They do that.
Okay, no,
They
okay,
do no. Sorry,
They do that.
I was going to say that because
Yes.
I knew you would say that they do that.
No, they do that.
The fact that the system, but ask yourself one question: if you go to
It's for those who cannot afford
Who
it.
cannot afford?
Yes.
That's what I'm
Imagine
saying.
Your money,
raising
see the way I'm looking at
children.
it.
It's true now.
No, it's not.
No,
thank
I
you.
don't like
the,
that.
no, I like the fact that you say that.
See,
Because the government
we need
is,
to get this right,
is
all right?
cognitive of that.
Thank you.
If you can't afford it, they have a home for.
But
for
I like
you
the
know
fact
that,
that-
but
you know-
are you saying one thing? One thing we need to look at is this.
Yeah.
You are looking at you as a person. You can. No, I'm not using as a person.
Just
somebody cannot. A person looks at their parent. I know I don't have the time on anything.
And the
No,
money.
and the money.
Yeah.
And the person's parents are old.
Yeah.
The fact is that these people's parents have feelings and they would not want to be there.
But I
The
feel
fact that they are there,
I have a question. Have you?
I cannot take that because look, these people, the way I look at it is this: they took care of me while I was a kid. For me to be able to take care of them when they are old, okay, accepted. I do not have the time or the resources to be able to take care of them by myself or whatever. But I think you just said that the people who actually put those people in those places are people who work.
No, you didn't get me. I'm just trying to say that
no,
it's a
yeah.
working society.
Exactly, and
where
this is a
we-
system
where-
that works for them.
Exactly, that works for
Yes,
them.
Jamal,
and
have
for the
a-
fact it doesn't work for us doesn't mean that it doesn't work.
Who told you it works for them?
Wait, Manuel.
No,
let's
so
say
who
something.
told
Can
you
I
it
say
doesn't work
something?
for
If
them?
you go
Jamal,
find out, if you go try to want to find out, most of those people in those homes do not want to be there. They've got the
Yes.
feelings.
They want-
they as much as they might be old and weak and sickly and all of those things, they probably do not want to be there.
Okay, probably not
Why?
like you're
Because,
100%
yeah,
sure.
Like we're trying to agree.
Yeah.
Imagine if I was in America now,
Uh-huh.
right? And I'm working.
Uh-huh.
I'm barely trying to pay my bills.
Okay.
Then my aged mother is in my house.
Okay.
I cannot afford a nanny to take care of her. Do you understand? I have to go to work. And she needs my attention.
Exactly.
Do you understand? I cannot afford a nanny. and it's quite painful for her to get the best of attention, especially when she gets to become sicky.
Yeah.
I would put her in a government elderly home
I just
It-
don't
it's
where-
just like
just
it-
comfortable.
no,
Not
Sorry,
man-
Sam,
man-
where they can
But
take care. It's
it's
not
just like-
comfortable,
it's just-
but I work harder to get money so I can get a
take
country
back
home. Yes, where I can get a country home and get someone to work for me and
So
take
it's
care of
not
my mom.
balanced.
Keep
like
the house.
this
Keep the
thing.
person in your home.
Who
Man
takes
of-
care of the
man
person?
Let the person come to your house.
man
They have
of-
the
No,
key.
that's money. Do you have money for that?
You know,
Why not?
You are renting a country home also. It's money
I'm
you're
just saying.
spending. or
I'm just
you're
saying.
buying,
It's
or
cheaper
you're-
there. It's
you-
cheaper there because I've made money.
But now you're paying double.
Cheaper.
It's
cheaper.
No. Let's
But if I'm keeping her in my home,
Mano,
Yeah?
you know, we said some. Number one, he said
Mm.
the system that works for them. All right, and then we established the fact that it's not everybody that does that. For those who are not able to afford such amount of money to hire a nanny to come take care of their parents at home, they take them to the
Older
whatever
home.
center. Whatever center that is provided for them, all right. So I think we should look at the benefit of that.
The
What does
culture.
it result to?
I just
All
feel
right?
it creates, because for me the question she asked is the way we're comparing the way these guys treat their old as to how we treat our old people. I think, and
was
I
that the question?
Yeah, that's what she was talking
Yes.
about.
I
You
thought
know,
it was.
comparing
Y-
both.
yeah, we're actually
and
comparing
I
the
said
both.
I don't like the way they do that. For me, I feel like we have more value for our age
That's
people.
our culture. We value our elders. That's why when
Exactly.
you actually,
And-
what comes to
And
your
you said
mind?
experience.
Yes, experience.
And I said
You see, we value
respect
experience.
and hope.
Yeah.
And you were
They-
saying a whole lot of things in the aspect of.
We're looking at it from we're looking at it, viewing it from two lenses.
You left
And
our
as
society
an
and went to
African
America.
man,
That's the problem.
I'm trying
But
to-
as an African
So you just have
man,
to, yes, calm down, come back,
yes,
come back.
the elderly
Yeah.
are seen as bank of knowledge, experience. Like you said,
They
it could
do.
be bad
They-
experience.
yeah.
Like if they traditionally, if you see a snake crawling, modern people will be afraid and run. An old
But
person
if
knows
you wanna
that
look
that
the-
snake is minding its business and is also afraid of you. It is
Yeah.
when you
When
give
you
that
try
vibe,
that in
yes,
defensive mechanism,
in
yeah.
fear. He's also afraid. He's trying to defend himself to strike you, like the Bible say and other books, to strike your heel because it's closer to there. Do you understand? You wouldn't know because you are afraid of that creature. That creature. Yeah. It's also afraid of you, but he's minding his business, hoping
Exactly.
you would not
So-
stop.
So, Germany,
Let
hope
me
you
just
actually
show you just
Their
understand.
experience,
You know
their
what?
experience now will
want-
tell you when you see a snake crossing the street, just let it go.
I want us to pretend like we're old.
Okay.
We're aged. Let us all pretend.
Okay,
we're old.
we are pretending.
Yes.
Oh.
You actually got into character. But actually, let's pretend we're old.
Okay.
And you are an old person descending from heaven. You don't have a country, you don't have a home. And you were told, look at the system in these parts of the world. In Africa here, they treat these people like this. This is how they treat you. You're going to be treated if you went to Africa. Oh, you're frail and all of those things. But then if you went to this place, they're going to put you in the old people's home.
I'll
Don't
go to
worry, they're
Africa.
going to take care of you. And
I'll go to
exactly
Africa.
what I was trying to say. Now you get my point. You get my point right now.
We know that
get my point,
point.
but you
I
get my point.
understand.
You
But I
know,
said
so
to
this is
you,
point.
I said to you,
Yeah.
me, when you ask me, what do you think? When you,
You're not thinking like an African right now.
I am
Remember,
going to
you-
think like an African. And we have to
Of course,
project
we're-
Africa.
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You know, we're trying to make comparisons.
Exactly.
All right, we're trying to make comparisons, and then we're telling you that because we have to be objective as possible,
yeah.
right? In as much as we're trying to project Africa, we should.
No,
be
yeah,
objective.
that's objectivity.
So we say
is what
that,
I'm even
yeah.
looking at
So this is
mostly.
what works for them, and then we try to look at the benefit also because in Africa there are old people who are just left there
But why do we
suffering
think
on
it
their
really
own.
works for them?
Sorry, a thought just came to my mind.
Okay, what thought is that?
The thought is trying to look at it this way. You know, Africans, we don't have that institution to take care of our old.
Yes.
But I think if we want to imbibe or adopt such, it should actually be to those who can now afford healthcare. Because when you think of old, you think of health. Their health
Exactly.
is deteriorating. So we can create a home health-wise, because it's when you are not healthy, you need care. So if you are not healthy, your children cannot afford to take care of your health problems. there should be an institution for the elderly that the government will take care of them.
I don't even want it.
I can
See,
tell you,
you know what, at this point,
I can tell you categorically,
You know what,
John, that if
please.
you imbibe that system in Africa,
Health.
yeah, a lot of people are going to be happy about
Yes,
it.
yes, yes, now
Because people are suffering.
Let's go.
from their health.
People are suffering. People are dying of little sicknesses, and then you're providing
Please
an
don't bring
opportunity
that to Africa.
where
No.
if you have the
don't get
money,
me
At this point,
if you have
we-
the money, you can take care of your people in your home.
Sorry,
Yes.
do you
With
know?
your point, excuse
do you
me,
know-
excuse, sorry. With your points being made, Austin, let's quickly go on a short break.
For advert placement, you can call the number on your screen.
And you can visit our website at www.7fm.tv.
7TV Nigeria.
7 TV. 7 TV. It's all about you.